Welcome to Music Forward's Open Mic Fridays. I'm your host, Maya Jupiter, and I'm very excited about the wonderful young talent that we have here tonight getting ready to perform. The beautiful talent that we've had on the show previously and that were chosen to be here tonight. We are going live on Twitch, so thank you for joining, and please subscribe to Music Forward on Twitch so that you never miss out any of our activations. So you can do that right now. You're not going to miss out on anything. If you haven't signed in so that also you can participate in our chat. First, I want to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I am on here today, the unceded land of the Tongva and Tartavian peoples. I acknowledge community of elders, both past, present, and emerging. Music Forward is a national non-profit that connects young people from our communities directly to the music industry to transform young lives, inspire careers, and champion a more inclusive music industry. Open Mic Fridays is a performance showcase where young artists showcase their talent. They get to gain exposure, get live feedback directly from industry experts with successful careers in music, and we just have a whole lot of fun doing it. For tonight's Industry Pig Showcase, all of the artists participating will be receiving gift certificates from Apple. In addition to that, our two industry guests will be selecting an artist who will be invited back to perform at a later showcase and will also walk home with a pair of Beats headphones, courtesy of Apple. We'll be announcing the artist on Music Forward's Instagram page on Monday, so be sure to follow us on Instagram at Music Forward. Before we get started with the performances tonight, it is time to meet our industry guests. Industry guests, please turn on your cameras. Let me introduce Jennifer Park. Growing up, Jen Park knew that her one true passion was music and considers hip-hop her first love. Jen got her start working in the New York nightlife scene, listening and learning about what type of music worked in nightclubs. Having worked across different companies within Warner Music, she currently works as an A&R rep at Asylum Records, ADA, and East West Records. She loves having a seat at the table in a field traditionally dominated by men. We know that. I know that personally, and considers herself both analytical and creative in the field. Welcome, Jen.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you guys.
It's so nice to have you. Hip hop is my first love also. So I want to ask, if you could have A&R'd any classic hip hop album, which one would you have loved to work on?
I think one of my favorite hip hop artists is Jay-Z. So it would probably be Reasonable Doubt or one of those albums.
Yes, classic one. Thank you and welcome. And welcome, Jeff June. Am I saying it right? Jeff June?
Yes, you have it right.
Thank you. Jeff is currently the VP of A&R at Warner Records. He started working in music as an intern at Island Def Jam in 2006. Oh, my screen is off. Oops, I don't know why my screen went off. Sorry about that. Let's see. Was just on. Okay. Let's try this one. We'll just go to the regular camera. Okay, whoa, very bright in here. Okay, sorry about that. Don't know what's going on there. I'll look at that in a second. All right, Jeff. He started working in music as an intern at Island Def Jam in 2006, and he's worked on projects from Rihanna to Michael Jackson. Currently, Jeff's roster includes Shorty Shorty, CJ, Little Zay Osama, and Curly J. Welcome to the show, Jeff.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys.
It's a pleasure. Now, what do you love about being an A&R?
I think the best thing about being an A&R is watching an artist grow from a seedy nightclub to the big stage. That's probably the best gratifying thing.
Yes, absolutely. Seeing their journey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you both very much. You may now turn off your cameras, and it's time to invite our wonderful talent to the stage. Let's get this show started. But first, reminding you, the chat is open. Let's keep it positive in there and make sure you sign in so you're able to chat. All right, coming to the virtual stage right now, we have our first performer, Vanessa Dominguez from Orlando, Florida. Vanessa is a teen singer-songwriter that hopes to reach many people one day through her music. Music has been a part of her life since she can remember, and it's helped her through many stressful times. She hopes one day that she can contribute, be a part of the music industry. Welcome, Vanessa. Hello. So nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you.
So you blew away our industry guests the last time, so they chose you to come for our final spring showcase. What have you been up to since we last saw you?
Writing. I've been writing a lot
Yes.
more, trying to be more creative in any way I can. Yeah, a lot more performing as well. I've been trying to do whatever I can.
Yeah, and yes, and that's what you have to do, right? Get in where
Yeah.
you fit in and just keep going and keep working. That's wonderful. What song are you going to sing for us tonight?
I'll be singing another original, and this one's called Good Guy.
Okay, beautiful. Take it away, Vanessa.
Thank you. Can we forget what I just said? I didn't mean it. Those strobing lights, swear I saw inside. Yeah, I miss that feeling. Long talks every single night. My phone on my bedside, waking up to your side. Morning voice in my mind. I made a mistake. No words can't be taken back. It's quite funny that you say must have been a good tactic. Am I trying to hide you from your face? So goodbye. Yeah, I'm feeling things I should not be feeling, but the thought of you leaving me, yeah, that's killing the spirit. Can you hear that? If we go much farther, I swear I'll break fall down. It's not like you're helping me. Those dang blue eyes keep pulling me deeper. Is it safe for they say you're a keeper? So then you're a good guy.
Beautiful. Wow.
you.
So good. Oh my gosh. That's so nice, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful song. Let's welcome back our industry guests to give you some feedback, Jennifer and Jeff. Jen, what were your thoughts?
So I think you have a really great way of emoting through your music. And I've looked through some of your socials and I saw that as well. I was wondering, what are your goals in the music industry?
I know for me, I have some artists I really admire because their music has helped me through a ton of different things in my life, both the good and bad. And I would like to do that for people. I would like for them to be able to go to my music and instantly feel better or be able to let out the emotions they've been holding up.
Did you ever consider like Broadway, by the way?
Oh yeah, I love musical theater. Yes, for sure.
Because when I was looking through like your TikTok and Instagram, I was like, I could totally see you on Broadway. I mean, if that's a goal, or even recorded music. But
I want to be in the music industry in any way I can. And I love Broadway and I admire Broadway, so that would be awesome as well.
I totally see you there. I think one marketing thing I would say is like linking to Spotify if you have any music there. Do you have any music on DSPs?
Not yet, but I'm actually going to be in the process very soon of releasing songs.
Amazing. So if I were you, I would just, since you do so much on TikTok and Instagram, I would just put a link in there so they could find your music easily.
Okay.
That's great advice. Thank you. Okay,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
Man, she took the words right out of my mouth with the Broadway suggestion. I thought that was, I got that feeling just from hearing the records. It seems like you have a big voice that definitely commands attention when people hear it. One of my suggestions is that, you're on TikTok, which is a great thing, but you absolutely should have your links to the DSPs. That's so crucial. That's like important, and it's like you're doing a disservice to yourself.
Yeah.
For people like us, we scour the DSPs a lot just for music, and that's out there. As soon as I see it on TikTok, I always like to see a link that's available, and just getting in there and listening it on Spotify. One thing I always tell people, artists in general, or upcoming artists, is that another way is that to find ways to get your art, get your music in front of people who are, do commercials, television commercials, because they're always looking. And I think those are one of the unique ways that artists need to start utilizing, because all those music that you're hearing on television and even movie soundtracks, they're literally undiscovered artists there. So, just one of the things to take note of as well. But I think you have a really dope voice, and I love that you wrote that record, which is always a plus to me.
Thank you.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Jennifer. You can turn off your camera now. Vanessa. Sorry. Vanessa, turn it off. Industry guests, come back on. I'm a little bit distracted because of this camera situation. It's making me look like Dracula over here, which I'll figure out. But hey, that's how it's got to go sometimes. Show must go on. All right, I've got some questions. Jennifer, what are some of the qualities that make an underground artist stand out enough to want to follow them and potentially sign them?
So when I'm looking through socials, which is a lot of like how I look at an artist, not just the music, if I see an artist page and only see music and them promoting music, I'm probably not likely to find them, and neither are fans. I really want to see what makes me connect with artists. So show me your personality, show me what makes you unique, and show me what you're passionate about and why we should like you as a person, because that's another aspect to artistry. Of course, they also have to really make great music, but if they're able to put out content that like can tell me and your fans like who you are, that's more likely to make me pay attention.
Yes, makes sense. Okay, thank you so much. Jeff, I've got a question for you coming up afterwards. So now you guys can turn off your camera and I will welcome our next wonderful young artist to the stage. Coming to the stage right now, all the way from Las Vegas. I just love seeing my friends again, right? Because we've had them on the show before, and it's really nice to welcome them back for this beautiful week of our picks, our final industry guest picks. Cam was born and raised in Hilo, Hawaii, until he got accepted to an art school in Las Vegas, Nevada, where he majored in choir for his junior and senior year. He has released his first song and collaboration with Philip Wolf and Zoo called Autumn Leaves. The song had a lot of streams on Spotify and inspired Cam to keep writing. He's currently writing new songs and connecting with more artists, and we're so happy to have Cam here tonight. Cam, welcome back. Cam, come to the stage.
There we go.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, long time no see.
I know. How you doing? I'm good, enjoying the hot, cold vibes of LA. One minute you're
LA,
swimming,
nice.
next minute you're freezing.
That's how it is.
How about you?
sometimes.
What have you been up to?
Oh man, I just got signed to a modeling agency
Yes.
called T&G Models out here in Vegas.
Woo, woo.
So I've been doing that along with getting studio time in and working on the song I showed you last time.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I see you have a Rode. That's an Australian. Just shout out to my Aussie Rode
Oh,
family.
the strap?
The Rode mic.
the
Pop
Rode
a
mic,
stopper.
yes.
Yeah, Rode
Mhm.
mic.
Yeah. It's a great mic, and I think this one's a lot better for what I'm trying to do with my voice compared to the
Okay.
Yeti that I had. Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting. You have to make sure you got all the right equipment around you. So, which song are you going to be performing for us tonight?
Tonight I'll be performing "Homesick" for you.
Okay.
The song is about how I was in this relationship, and when we broke up, I just really felt like I was missing a part of me, and with her, it really felt like home. So that's why it's called "Homesick," and it's
Beautiful.
unreleased. I wrote it maybe a few months ago, and I'm still revising it, still tweaking it out. So we're gonna try a little different version of it today.
Oh, great space to do that at the open mic. All right,
Yes.
take it away, Cam.
Okay, thank you. 1, 2, 3, and... This feeling that I feel for you, I never thought I'd see it through. How could I love someone more than I love myself? And I've been feeling so consumed from the thought of losing you. Maybe it's time we put this back up on its shelf. I'll pack my bags and get on the road, but in my heart you will always be home. I got these blurry visions, it's mixed with bad decisions. I'm running far and farther away from you. And I don't know what I'm feeling, 'cause I can't pour out my feelings, but a part of me is forced to face the truth. I'm not over you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I don't know if I can take this anymore, but when you walked out the room, you slammed the door. Now I'm out here feeling all alone. So you will always, always be my home. I just wanna scream and shout your name out to the clouds, but I guess it's what it's like when you're not around, and I'm going down. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Such a beautiful song. Wow. Thank you, Cam. Thank you for sharing that with us here.
Yes, of course, anytime.
So it's such a privilege to have unreleased music that the artist is still working on. And
Yes, it's raw.
yeah, I love that. It's
Thank you.
beautiful. Let's welcome our industry guests back, Jennifer and Jeff. Come on back. Yes. And Jeff, do you have any feedback for Cam?
I just love the fact that you put your music in a vulnerable state for us to listen to, after a breakup, which is always a hard thing for anybody going through. I wish I could write like you, get that feeling across. I thought you did a good job with that part. I personally have you ever thought of just writing for other people as well? Because I thought that was a really dope, just dope record in general.
I've thought about that sometimes because I've wrote songs in the past that I feel like it's not really my style. So I would definitely see myself as a songwriter also.
Yeah, I think that's also an avenue that you should explore as well. Because that record that you just played, I thought was really good. It's really
Thank
strong.
And Jen.
I agree that it's like so brave of you to put your feelings out and sing for us and perform like that. Who do you listen to for inspiration for music?
That song was actually inspired by Shawn Mendes, his newest album. I watched his documentary and how much of a vulnerable state he put himself in, especially through his music, through Wonder, the whole album. It really drove me to really open up more and not just like fake it till you make it type of thing, like actually dig deep and make music that people can actually relate to because it's coming from a personal experience.
Have you ever listened to MXM Tune?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Tune? MXM Tune?
No, never.
Oh, something about that like kind of reminds me of like I guess the way she performs like very vulnerably, and she has a really big audience, and she plays the ukulele. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Also was wondering because I noticed Autumn Leaves had like a lot of streams on Spotify, and just was
Yes.
wondering how did that come about?
So we just figured that out. It said 56% like Spotify algorithm. So what's been happening with that? It's all organic. All the views that are going on, but the streams itself, we found out that it's been on people's Discover Weekly. So we've been getting like 1,000 streams a day. For some reason, we don't know. We're not sure why. Like within the first month, I think 2 or 3 months, it hit 50,000 streams. And we're like, okay, this song, something's going on with this song. We're not really sure what's going on with it. But I'm excited to announce that we actually shot a music video for it. And we're working on getting that done and then also releasing it. And just skyrocketing the song even further with press releases, going out to radio stations, reaching out to them, and just marketing the crap out of it. Yeah.
Awesome. I also think it's cool that you're a model. I wonder if there's a way to figure out how to partner like brands that you may model for with your music. That could be something to help.
That could definitely be an avenue. That's also why I looked up to Shawn Mendes also, because he was able to do like modeling with Calvin Klein and all that, and then also implicate it into his actual him being a music artist first.
Super dope.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
Such great talent.
The one thing that I will say as well is that you should also play heavy to social media as well. Social media is your friend even before radio, because this is a young age, and you're doing what you're doing, especially on TikTok. I think it was like two months ago, I reached out to a kid who had a record that was moving through TikTok, and it started to show up, and he put the record out like 2 years ago. Same thing. Just somebody picked it up on TikTok and made it their the music in the background,
sound,
and it just went. So wow. I always just tell new artists is make that your radio station. Everybody is on TikTok. Everybody's on Instagram. So those are the main points, because I heard you say, we're going to talk to radio stations. that's cool, but you should the first place that you should do it is social media, and that will definitely help spread, your record faster than playing the radio game.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Um, Wonderful advice. Thank you so much, Cam. You may now turn off your camera.
All right.
It's so wonderful to have such great young talent here, the Open Mic Friday stage. Jeff, what are some difficulties you've had with artists that could hinder the success of their careers, and how can aspiring artists prevent themselves from running into the same challenges?
I think it's with every artist. I think it's the background noise of, every artist has different situations and family needs. So I always just try to make sure that my artists are focused, because that will hinder them in trying to please family members and friends. Because some artists do come into a lot of money, and magically they're expected to take care of, whomever. And I'm always telling artists, like, hey, that is not what you want to do. You don't want to fall into that trap. This right here is a one-time check. You need to make sure that you keep that one-time check, keep it coming in. And you don't want to do that by, buying a house. It doesn't make sense. It's something that does not make sense. So without getting into the business aspect of it, I think it's more so of trying to please people because they got that one check. I get it. If your mom or your dad needs surgery, by all means, you have to do what you got to do. But if nobody is sick in your family or your friends, or they're not desperately in need, and everybody is working, everybody is able, then it needs to stay like that. And I always just tell artists, stay focused, please. Do not let the distractions get you. Don't go out and buy the chains and the cars and the houses and whatever. Don't do that. So I think that's a pitfall I'm always preaching to every artist, even when they're not mine, is keep your money, learn it and keep it, and do not spend it and blow it. And taxes. Make sure you know about taxes, because Uncle Sam is actually the first person with his hands out, and he will take his no matter what.
Financial literacy. I think that needs to be taught to everyone, really. Like that, there should be a subject in school. But yeah, absolutely. What's the term for that? Being house poor? Is that the term?
I never heard that part.
There's a term for it. Yeah, it's like you got the house, but you can't afford to keep it.
You can't afford the daily expenses, and it's like, I'm always every artist that I sign, and whether their advance is a 500,000 in pocket or $1 million, I tell them, like, hey, Uncle Sam is the first one, and then
he's taking 50%.
Exactly. And I'm like, please keep your money. Like, move to Atlanta where rent is like $2,000 and keep it moving.
Yep. All right. Great advice. Okay, you guys, you can turn off your cameras now. We'll see you back very soon. But it's time to welcome to Open Mic Fridays our next wonderful artist. It's like a reunion for me. I'm so excited to see my friends again. All right. All the way from Chicago, Illinois, Sophia Cruz is a funk neo-soul singer and a musician who takes influences from some of my favorite artists too, Stevie Wonder, Alan Stone, Hiatus Coyote, and Amy Winehouse. She has been called an old soul since she was a child, and she continues to develop her sound of rich, warm vocals in funky, pocketed grooves. So let's welcome back to Open Mic Fridays, Sophia Cruz.
Hey, Maya.
Oh, the spring, the flowers. I love it. You're just giving me spring there.
Thank you.
It's like I can smell it through the computer. What have you been up to since we last saw you?
Well, I'm a senior at Columbia College in Chicago, so I've
Yes.
been working on my final senior showcase, taping that and recording that. So that
Okay.
will be coming up on Tuesday, and I'll be premiering that
Wow.
video. So I've been working hard on finishing up.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we're so happy to have you back here again. Have you been writing, recording any other new music?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of finishing up my first EP. It'll be out this summer. So,
Okay.
just trying to finish out the school year and get summer going.
That's it. We will look out for your first EP. That's very, very exciting.
Thank you.
So tell me, what song are you going to sing for us tonight?
Yep, I'm going to sing one of my own. It will be off of the EP. It's called Hypnotized. So
Yes.
I'm excited.
All right, take it away, Sophia Cruz.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Something in my mind that told me I was wrong. Even though deep down I know I was damn right. Yeah, you got me messed up in a way. Even though it was just a waiting game. 'Cause I get so caught up in those eyes. My heart just can't put up a fight like this. I almost lose you every time. My mind just can't put up a fight like this. Ooh. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa. 'Cause you got me hypnotized. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, you got me hypnotized. Ooh. Every night I cried my eyes out till you're wrong. My heart and soul, they're trying harder every night. Yeah, you got me messed up in a way. Even though it was just a waiting game. 'Cause I get so caught up in those eyes. My heart just can't put up a fight like this. I almost lose you every time. My heart just can't keep up the times like this. No. Whoa, 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 whoa. 'Cause you got me hypnotized. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, you got me hypnotized. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Baby, got me hypnotized. Baby, yeah. Ooh, baby, got me hypnotized. Baby, come on, you got me. Come on, hit me. Come on now. Ooh, hey, yeah. Come on now. Seven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Seven.
Yes, 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 yes. I was like picturing a whole band, you on stage. I was getting into it. That was
Yes.
wonderful. Congratulations. And this is
Thank
coming
you.
out on your EP this summer.
It is, yes.
Do
Super
we have a
excited.
title for the EP yet?
I don't have one yet, unfortunately. But
Okay. All right. That's all right. You don't have to. It's all right. You only need to when you need to, right?
I will. Don't worry.
Let's welcome our industry guests back to the stage. All right. Jen, do you want to go first?
Sure. I saw a link to your IG, on your IG to your music and your other socials. So good job there. And then also showing your artistry on TikTok, also super good. I would just recommend like more content.
Yep, totally.
And then to the point of like feeling like there's a band behind you. Have you ever considered performing, or do you do that?
Oh yeah, totally. I have a great band here in Chicago.
So is Chicago open, by the way, for COVID, or are they
Kinda, yes, kinda no.
hopefully soon you'll be back out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think more content, especially since you're putting out your EP. Are you just putting out the EP like all at once?
Just that release, I'll put it out all at once. I'm not gonna do a single, but I will have a rollout for like a month probably.
Cool. Looking forward to listening to it.
Thank you so much.
All right, Jeff.
I think for me, man, you were definitely putting on a show, which is great. Great energy. It's so important. I think the the fact that artists are able to, hit the stage and entertain, I think sometimes goes over the heads of everybody, because besides having a great record and a great voice, because I've seen many artists who have those and they just do not know how to entertain. And I think you did an amazing job. I also was just thinking about collabs. I always tell artists to reach out, because I felt like that record in particular would be dope just to hear another collab on there, a duet, because it to me it just lends itself to that, which I thought I always tell artists to look for the right persons to collab with, because that's also a way to spread your spread beyond your base in fans. It's such a great tool, because a lot of people, they get turned up like, man, who is that person? I do it a lot in my job. I always look at undiscovered artists, and when I see a collab that is not familiar, I completely just dive in and go into everything as much as possible. But I thought you did a great job. Just the energy that you was giving off through the screen made me absolutely picture myself just sitting back on a date and watching and just taking you in. I thought you did a great job there.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
I love that. Yes, that's kind of how I was picturing her on stage as well, picturing Sophia, that club vibe with it. When we can all be out in a club again, I cannot wait. That was wonderful. Congratulations, Sophia. You can turn off your camera now. Jennifer, what are some good tactics to help an artist find their sound?
So you guys are super young, so I know you're just starting out, but it does take 10,000 hours to become an expert. So I think the big thing is just making as much music as you can, even though you won't put everything out, just make as much as you can. To Jeff's point, working with different collaborators, producers, writers, even, and features maybe. So maybe on that last track, you could put a rapper on. I could actually hear like someone rapping on that. And then experiment with different types of music. So don't stick to one trend or sound. See what works with your fans on social. So TikTok and Reels is a good way to experiment with different types of music. And the great thing is that you can get feedback super quickly, and you can put out music, whatever hits. I think it's really okay to emulate your favorite artists at first and try out as you find like your sound. So you can emulate your favorite artists and at first while you're finding out what works for you. And then when you make enough music and get enough feedback, that's when you get your sound.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, yeah, what do they say about imitation? I don't know. It's the highest form of flattery or something like that. But it is definitely a way to, I think I heard somewhere advice about studying all your favorite artists, and then somewhere in between like if you study, your top 5 artists and their albums and favorite songs that you have of theirs, somewhere in between all that is where you'll find your own voice and your own sound. But to really, just study what it is that they do and how they write and how they sing and perform. And yeah, It's wonderful advice. Thank you both so much. You may now turn off your cameras and we'll welcome you back later after our next performer, who comes all the way from Minneapolis. I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone, leaving those wonderful comments. Thank you so much. We have lots of absolutely murdered that, you better sang, and lots of great feedback. So keep it going. Keep going in the chat and don't forget to subscribe to us if you haven't already. All right. Our next artist comes all the way from Minneapolis. He puts a smile on my face. He's a singer, songwriter, producer, and he was born in Ontario, Canada. He's lived in Fresno, California for 8 years and so he's lived all around, has been writing and performing his music for the last 4 years. He's a student at the University of Minnesota and loves creating and performing with anyone and everyone. So hit him up, he says. Colin Bracewell. Welcome back, Colin. Hey. Whoa. How are you doing? Oh, I love the reverb already. We're in the studio.
Yeah, I know. If you want me to turn it down, I certainly can. But,
no.
I'm doing well.
It's fine. What have you been up to since we last saw you?
Well, school, of course.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, we're
Finishing
in the midst of finals. Currently finishing
Good
up.
times.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But currently finishing up my next single and then going to LA on the 12th. So right after finals are over, gonna hit LA, shoot a music video over there, meet some people.
Yes.
Yeah, just kind of vibing. I put out a song on Tuesday.
Beautiful.
So make
Congratulations.
sure to check that out.
What's the name?
It's called Why.
Why? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not what you're performing tonight?
That actually, so yeah, it is what I'm performing tonight.
Okay, great. I was gonna say why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? And I know you were looking for a producer. Did you find somebody?
So I ended up just like doing it on my own. And now I'm just going into the studio and just retracking everything live. So we did piano on Wednesday, and then we did drums last night. And then tomorrow, after I do my final, we're going to just clean up vocals, and then hopefully it'll be ready by the time I leave. But yeah.
Shout out to, any producers that are watching. If you want to work with Colin, hit him up.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm not that good quite yet, but I'm always ready to learn. So yeah.
Absolutely. Tell me, do you want to introduce Why?
Yeah, for sure.
For us?
So this one, since I am currently in Minnesota, I took a trip. There's this area called the Boundary Waters, which is on the border between Canada and Minnesota. And I took a trip up there this past summer. And on that trip, I went with a few friends, and then there was just this one relationship that we actually ended the trip early because of there's just so much trouble with all of this. So if you've ever been in a relationship with someone and then it just ended abruptly and you don't know why, this one's for you. And I'm not saying that I'm the one that was in that relationship, but I was peering in.
Okay.
But yeah.
Right. I love it. Thank you. Take it away, Colin Bracewell.
Heck yeah. Why don't you listen to me? I'm so ashamed of what you've made me. Can't recall why I'm upset and bruised. Had space in the wrong place. My God, it's aching for you. Can't recall why I'm obsessed with you. So tell me why. So tell me why. You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know. I don't understand why.
I don't understand why you gotta let me know. Just let me go. I don't know why we had to go, but everything was so slow. Not that we could be ourselves, but everything was not ourselves. I don't know why you hide away from each day or any day. Can't you just let it go? So tell me why. So tell me why. You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. You gotta let me know. Just let me go. But I can see her. She's all caught up there. How to feel her touch upon her lighter. I can feel her. I can feel her scratching just to feel that touch. Oh, I love her so much. Why? It's not that I have cried so much before. Yeah, you still ignore. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. You gotta let me know. Just let me go.
Colin. Ah, so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for that bump, because that brought me back. I needed
Nice.
I needed to be brought back. That was really, really beautiful. What a sweet
Thank you.
song, and sad. I'm all in my feelings, Colin. All right, let's welcome back our industry guest. Please save me from myself. Who wants to go first? Jen.
I think there's a really great quality in your voice, and that's not something you can teach. So I encourage you to keep developing your sound. There's something in your sound. A question for you is like, what's your process in making music? Like, what's your writing process?
Yeah. Gosh, I apologize for the reverb, but yeah. So I normally start with the melody. I think that's like the most important. But for example, like this song, that event or moment happened in my life, and I knew that I had to write something about it. So luckily, the melody came actually during that trip, and then I just kind of talked about it, and then I came home, and then it took me a couple of weeks just to solidify everything. But yeah, I think melody for sure first. But you know, there's definitely some moments where I like wake up at like 6 a.m. and I'm like, oh man, like voice memos, you know? But yeah.
Yeah, so my advice is just keep making music and putting out more music, because like the sound is really dope.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Jeff.
I agree with her. I think you really had a dope tone to you. And I always, again, I may sound like a broken record, but put it on TikTok. Put it on TikTok, and you will see the instant reaction. You know, that's one of the pluses of what social media does, is that the people speak back to you instantaneously. And I think just that record, that's something that I feel like people will gravitate towards. I told one of the contestants this earlier is reach out, make sure you go about and putting these records on films and television, because they can be included in these process. I'm going through it with my own artist, and I'm always trying to make sure I I work our TV and film guy, and not to say that it's a big team, of course, but from I'm finding out through this process because I've been doing my own homework these past couple of months, and it's one of those things. Once you start, all these guys are on social media. I don't know how you would call them. The guys who place the music in films and television, I forget what their names are. I forgot what their title is, but these guys are they're open, and you'll be surprised. And again, I think that record right there, you can absolutely hear it on television.
Thank you.
Absolutely hear it on television. I think you should absolutely explore that avenue and getting your music out, because everything that I'm telling you is just a big marketing tool. Social media is free for the most part, and that should be the first place that you start, and then watch how the fans react, and just with you and the guitar. It's similar to I guess this was before the social media age of when we saw Justin Bieber on the corner with his guitar in Canada. I remember it like it was yesterday. And people would just go crazy because this little boy was just singing R&B covers in Canada with his guitar. So it always brings me back to that time, and everything that I'm telling you is just a big marketing tool that you should use, and it's all free.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought what you just played was absolutely dope. I loved your tone in general, but yeah, just put your music out there. Give yourself a real fighting chance. And of course, I don't know if you have those records on DSPs, which is the most important thing, because people need to be able to find them and play them at their own leisure. So that's important,
Yeah.
DSPs meaning like Spotify, iTunes,
iTunes, YouTube,
Right.
SoundCloud,
Right.
all that stuff.
Digital
one-
service
well,
providers.
And I was
right?
going to say, like I said, that one came out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it is available on Spotify. If you want to check it out,
Great.
of course. But yeah.
That's
a
wonderful.
good plug.
Jeff, is it still is it the case that, labels will look to TikTok and YouTube to find talent to sign?
It's to each his own. For me
Okay.
personally, I look at everything as much
Okay.
as possible, because one thing that I think people don't understand about the music business is that an amazing artist or a hit record can literally come out of nowhere. So I do not limit myself on the TikTok or social media space. It's just one of those things where you pay attention to, because we go where the artist goes. That's really what it is. So when I start to see records reacting because, they were on TikTok, again, as an A&R, we all go where the artists put their music on. And right now, we're in COVID time. So I'm on here listening to new artists, and I believe me, I'm listening intently,
Music
because
forward.
exactly, because it's one of the tools. It's a tool. I just don't know. I literally do not know where the next big star is going to come from, or where the next big record is going to come from.
Yeah.
So I always just try to make myself available and listen as much as possible.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Colin. You can turn off your camera now. So good to see everyone. All right. Jeff, what are the benefits of collaborating, and how should an artist go about finding the right producer artist group to collaborate with?
I think you first just kind of reach in your own base. So for collaborations, you start off, and because artists, one thing about artists is that they are A&Rs in a sense, because they're always looking for the right producer, for the right writer, for the right mixing engineer, for the right sound. So artists are A&Rs in the right sense, because when they know that they need something, they go after it and search. So I always just tell artists that they know what they're looking for, especially with the right collaborator, because every artist watches every artist. To be very honest with you, everybody is watching everybody, and everybody
True.
knows. So when in the A&R front, when I hear a record that's mixed extremely well, I'm looking at the credit, and I imagine that's what artists do. Especially
Hmm.
if it's a local artist, they're like, man, that record was mixed very well. They're looking at who mixed that record. So I always just say it's one of the ways to grow your fan base, especially with collaborations. Just when you're starting out, it's one of those things you got to pay attention to who you're collaborating with, and what their fan base is, and seeing how it can work in your best interest, and how it can grow your music.
Yep. All right. Please turn off your cameras and we will see you back soon because it's time to bring out our last guest. Our last wonderful young person with all the talent, and what an incredible night we've had. All the way from Dallas, Texas, Chloe Moore is a soulful singer, songwriter, and producer. Since the age of 13, Chloe has been writing songs and performing in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. After placing in various songwriting competitions and touring with a social media group, she has most recently been studying songwriting at Belmont University in Nashville. We're so excited to have Chloe back on Open Mic Fridays. Welcome. Hey, so good to see you again. How you doing?
I love the earrings. Can I just say?
Thank you. Shout out to Nena Soulfly, a local LA Boricua artisan. I got to shout my girl out. She made them, and I wear her stuff all the time. So tell me, you've been writing, you've been singing. What have you been up to?
Yes, so since the last open mic with Music Forward, I was lucky enough, I actually recorded the song that I sang for that open mic.
Great.
And now I'm kind of in the process of figuring out everything I want to do for marketing and just planning out the release. I also just have some songs in the works with other artists that I've helped write with and some stuff like that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Lots of stuff on
Love it.
my back burner right now, for sure.
Beautiful. And all going to be released on TikTok as per our industry guests. Chloe, what song are you going to be performing for us to end this beautiful night?
Yes, so I'm singing this song called Creation that I wrote in my freshman year of college while I was having just a little bit of an identity crisis. And yeah, so I kind of just took those feelings and put lyrics and music to them and came up with this.
Beautiful. As we all do. We all go through it. All right. Please welcome Chloe Moore.
Thank you.
Chloe, that was so good. That was so beautiful. Your voice just takes me away. And just, playing on the guitar is just beautiful. Let's welcome our industry guests back, Jennifer and Jeff, to get their feedback. Wow, the talent we have on this show tonight. What do you guys think? Jen, what do you think of
Your
Chloe
voice
Moore?
super beautiful.
Yes.
So nice. I'm glad you're collabing and putting out music, because that would be my advice, because I was looking through your DSPs and I saw like one song in 2015, one in 2016, 1000 in 2019. So I think my advice for you is to put out music more consistently and then content around it, whether that's like visuals or like a video, to help grow yourself as an artist and grow your following. And then I would say, like, once you have enough body of work, maybe you could start to hit like the local scene to do like shows, because I could see that. And then I would say another tip would be duets on TikTok, because I feel like you would do well at that.
Okay.
Great strategy. That's wonderful. Jeff.
Yeah, I agree with the duets. Maybe you and Colin could do a duet. I would love to hear that. I agree with
Yeah.
everything she just said. I thought you had that record is pretty dope. It's solid record. I think also again, it's just about marketing, and there's no easier time in today's time is to put out your music where people can hear it, and it could grow into one person hearing it to 1,000 to hundreds of thousands and 1,000,000 people. So I think it's no easier time to put yourself in front of people and just play. And I think just by watching you and hearing you, I could tell you're into your craft, which is one of the most important things, because to be able to sell a song is very, very important. To make the audience feel what you're saying and how you're coming across. And I feel like you sold it to me. So I thought you did a really good job.
Yes, I agree. And we always encourage music forward collaborations. Definitely. Thank you so much, Chloe. You can turn off your camera now. Can't believe we've gotten to the end of the night already. I have one last question for our fabulous industry guests. Thank you guys for being with us tonight and giving your very invaluable feedback. Is that the right word? Valuable? Yes. What would be the one piece of advice you would give to our up and coming artists? If you just had to give one piece, what would it be?
I'm not gonna steal Jeff's because I know what his is. I think it's really putting out consistent music for developing artists. It's really that, because that's going to be what makes you grow as an artist. So just put out music, put out content. And yeah, I'm not going to steal your answer, so I'll let you go.
Go on, Jeff.
I think my answer is just in my years of doing this is you're going to hear a lot more no's than you hear yeses. And so determination is key. It's the driving force that keeps you going to see your goal come true. And again, there's way more paths to what your goal is than that just one narrow thing of maybe being signed to a record label. There's way more paths to success than that. That shouldn't be your ultimate goal, because again, I've seen a lot in my 16 years, and the ones who have stood out to me is the one who have always found a path into after getting no's. The no's are crushing, but that yes, that magical yes that you get is it kills all those no's that you have gotten through your career. So I would just say determination and keep going.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah,
I
go ahead.
I thought you were going to say TikTok.
And TikTok. Social
and
media.
TikTok, yes.
Yes, I know. But I mean, there's plenty of artists that are that have made it independently as well, right? So they always give us good examples. Thank you so much, Jennifer Park and Jeff June, for being our wonderful industry guests tonight. It was a great pleasure to have you in our final industry picks showcase. So you really got to see, you know, some really special young people. So thank you so much for helping them on their journey. Good night. You can turn off your cameras now. Thanks. It's this virtual world. Okay, what an incredible night we've had celebrating creativity and the next generation of artists. Music Forward's spring season is in full swing. Be sure to check out the calendar of events and sign up for things. You know, we've got panels on, we've got workshops, performances like this one tonight. If you want to find your pathway to success in the music industry, head on over to hobmusicforward.org. Make sure you visit Music Forward's Instagram page on Monday to find out who our industry guests selected for those Beats headphones, courtesy of Apple. Join us in 2 weeks' time, May 21st, same time, same place, as we kick off the brand new summer season. Once again, my name is Maya Jupiter. It was my pleasure to host Music Forward's Open Mic Fridays. Thank you so much for joining. Peace.